The player or team we are seriously underestimating this season is...
This became the topic of the offseason, the top wide receivers. We've seen Ryan Clark and Crowder going and doing these things for the Pivot podcast. We've got your list coming out today on NFL.com. Who's the best receiver? Who's the best receiver? I still think CeeDee Lamb could be in that conversation this year, and he's never mentioned. It's like you have your core four, and that's Kupp and Adams, and of course you bring in the two young guys, Chase and Jefferson, and then you can go a different variety of ways, whether it's Tyreek, and we'll get to Jason's list, but I never hear CeeDee Lamb in that top list. When CeeDee Lamb has the ball in his hands, it is electric, and I think Dak Prescott knows that. Amari Cooper no longer on the team. CD, the clear number one right now. I just think he's being overlooked on all these lists, and if Ryan Clark and Channing Crowder want to have me on the podcast, I would be the one saying, I actually think CeeDee Lamb is that guy. I think CeeDee Lamb belongs in the conversation. CD, I see it.
I feel like he's first team all potential. Like him, Kyle Pitts, like some groups like that. Like, let's have a breakout season, you know?
Right on the cusp. Yeah, Hunter Renfrow, they talked about on the podcast. They called him an encyclopedia salesman. Really good player, though. For me, I'm going to go with a guy. I got to go defense. I'm going to go with Jalen Thompson.
Who's Jalen Thompson?
Yes, exactly. Watch the film, Arizona Cardinals defense. You're going to see number 34 just jumping off the film. But people don't talk about him because he lines up across from Budda Baker, another really good safety, one of the best in the league. But this guy was drafted in the 5th round, 2019 supplemental draft, and has played his butt off, even to the point where he's going to be calling the defense for the Cardinals this year, a leader for them. 121 tackles last year, 3 interceptions, and 7 pass breakups, and no one talks about it. This guy's a really good player, one of the best open field tacklers in the NFL, said by his coach, Cliff Kingsbury.
Let's go.
Love it.
I love it.
We got it all.
Something had me really rattled since yesterday, and I'm officially a huge fan of Aaron Schatz in the book that he's coming out with, 2022
Football
Outsiders. He put the Eagles in the Super Bowl coming out of the NFC. And I want to make sure I put this the right way. Underestimating this season. I'm not saying I'm down on the Eagles. I'm not saying I don't think they can do it. I simply have been underestimating them. I appreciate different facets of their game. I like the guys that are on the team. I love their head coach. But when I really started to think about it after Aaron Schatz was on our show yesterday, I was like, I've been underestimating the Eagles. Like, I didn't see it coming. It's just it's a slow build. And all of a sudden, I'm convinced because Aaron Schatz spoke it into existence for me. I've been underestimating the Eagles.
What I like about this question at this juncture in time is it's clearly a reflection of how in our heads we are about our division and wild card picks that are coming up in a couple of weeks. Like, who do we believe in? I don't know if that's the best segue to this, but I'm just going to go right here. This team is going to at least double their win total from last year, which is 3. I think they open up against the Commanders. I'm already going to say they're going to win that game. They have a real human being at head coach. They have a really good pass rush. They have a number 1 overall pick. I know everyone's going to sleep because I'm talking about Jaguars. Ha, 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 Peter. But I'm telling you, this is the team where we're like, oh, my God, do you know who's 3-2? Yeah. It's the Jaguars. And Lawrence is actually really good, and he has a real coach, and they're winning games. Jaguars right now. Save this clip, right.